Welcome to tutorial 9, as we'll offer guidance on how to price your wall art. In the last tutorial, we discussed image upscaling for printing and what programs you could use to improve the quality of your image. If that is of interest to you, feel free to check it out on our YouTube channel after this video. Pricing for your print-on-demand store can seem daunting at first, but consider once you've added all your costs into creating the product, it'll be as simple as plugging in an equation. My name is Lindsay, and I'm part of the marketing team here at Lumaprints. In this tutorial, we'll offer an easy introduction on how to price your wall art from Lumaprints. Feel free to use this information presented today as not only for your Lumaprints products, but for your other store products as well. Utilizing our pricing chart and shipping calculator, you can accurately assess the cost of your products and thus make it easy to create a price point for your product. Let's start by breaking it down first though. The first thing we need to do is break down all the factors that come into your overall base cost. We're going to talk about the 4 categories of costs to keep in mind. Labor. This can be as simple as the handling costs when it comes to your products or the cost of having someone on your payroll for your store. If it is applicable, go ahead and calculate the monthly cost of labor and divide it by your average monthly quantity of orders. So for example, if the cost of labor is $500 and you receive 180 orders, then the average of the labor cost per month is going to be $277 per order. Once you have that total, make sure that you include it into your product's cost. Next, we'll talk about supplies. When it comes into relation to Lumaprints, we offer the product or supply to make the orders so you don't have to worry about the ins and outs of supply, which is a very complex category to consider for cost. Consider that scale is an ever-present factor on how high or low cost can be. Luckily, Lumaprints orders in large volumes, so we can maximize supply cost savings and extend those savings to our customers. If you ever wonder why our prices are so good in the industry of wall art prints, know that we operate on a large scale and in turn help drive down the overall price of our products. As for your cost of supplies, that would be the price of the print. In this case, of a print being $15 as an example, you can either go to our pricing page to see the cost of our most popular sizes, or go make an order and see how much it costs for the size and additions you will add to your product. It's relatively simple and easy when your print provider is the one creating the product. But now let's discuss shipping. When it comes to shipping costs, this one tends to be the most confusing part of calculating cost of a product. There are many things to consider, but there are 2 ways at least to consider shipping. 1. We either offer free shipping and make the cost of shipping included into the cost of the product, or take a partial amount of the cost of shipping into your product and then offer a flat rate. Considering that there are many locations and different costs depending on where you ship it to, you might wonder how we calculate the cost of shipping, if everywhere the cost is different. In the case of finding a base cost for shipping, just calculate a shipping cost that is either average or on the higher end of what the cost would be in general. For example, I like to use the New York zip code and calculate the cost of shipping. It's usually a bit higher than the average, but it's not the most expensive like you would have for rural addresses. With Lumaprints' shipping calculator, which you can go ahead and see when you log into your dashboard, I went ahead and inputted the zip code with my product size and type. From there, this is my shipping cost, and I can decide whether I want to offer it as a flat rate or offer free shipping. The last consideration is the more hidden added costs that sometimes owners tend to forget when they're starting their print-on-demand store. One of which could be the cost of the e-commerce website and also marketing costs. For example, if your online platform costs $39 each month for the subscription and your marketing inserts cost about $2 per order, then be sure to include the divided cost of the subscription and then the additional $2 for the insert. Now that we have all the cost factors to take into consideration, let's add them together for a total cost of not only the product itself, but the expenses that will take to run your business. If we were only to consider the cost of the product, then we are undermining the other expenses that go into making your company what it is. I personally like using Excel or Google Sheets to lay out all my expenses and create a total cost that I can multiply by whatever net positive I want to get from. Depending on variables like what the type of product is, what you're selling, or the target audience that you're catering to, the multiplier can vary. I personally start out with 1.5 multiplier or even double the cost of the base. You can definitely change it around depending again on the different variables for your own store and for the audience that you're catering to. You could go as low as 1.2, or for example, you could go by percentage. There are limitless ways where you can calculate the final price, but some things to note is that you should always look at your base cost and make sure that you're at least receiving a net positive from 1. And 2, Make sure that your final price looks appealing, such as giving it a rounded up number that ends in 99 cents or offering a flat dollar cost. Again, this is just a simple tutorial on how you can explore the ways you could price your art prints, but with all this in mind, just make sure that you keep to consideration the factors that not only go into your product, but that also go into the handling and operations of your company. And the last thing to consider is to look at the final price and compare it against the market and or see what other vendors are doing within your niche. I think that when you have customers that are a bit more price sensitive, you want to be more mindful of where your price lies in comparison to the market at large. And so just adjust your multiplier and or your percentage as needed. And then one thing you can do to offer some products to your more price conscious customers is to offer our fine art paper prints, as they are at a lower cost for you, and thus you can offer them at a lower price to your customers. One of the more premium products to consider for customers who might not be as price sensitive is our framed fine art paper prints and our framed canvas. If you find this tutorial useful, let us know in the comments down below, or if you have any questions. We hope you found this tutorial useful, and we'll see you in the next one.